Speak out intermediate listening practices. Unit 3. Future. In this unit, there are 7 listenings, and we will be doing the first one right now. Are you a planner or a procrastinator? These are 2 types of people. Which one is a planner? Which one is a procrastinator, you think? Which picture represents the planner? Which picture represents the procrastinator? Yes. The first picture represents planner. The second picture represents the procrastinator. Planner means, as you see in the picture, a person who makes plans. Procrastinator means a person who habitually puts off doing things. Put off means delaying things. So planner and procrastinator are opposite words. Now we will listen to 3 people discussing about this planner and procrastinator issue. We will listen these 3 people and decide which of the following topic is not mentioned in the conversations. We have 5 different items. The first one is making plans. Second one is holidays. Third one is writing lists. Number 4, work. And number 5, arrangements for tonight. One of the items in this list is not mentioned in the conversation. Listen to the conversation and figure out which one it is.
Unit 3. Future. Recording 1.
Okay, so what do you think, Kenna? Are you a planner or a procrastinator?
Me? Oh, a planner. Definitely.
Yes, I think so. You generally like to do things ahead of time.
Absolutely, yeah. I like to be organised and know when everything is happening. I have to be like that, actually. It's the only way to get everything done.
Really? I hate planning. I like to leave things until the last minute. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You might need to change your plans. So why bother making plans in the first place? No, I like not knowing what I'm going to be doing.
But that's impossible. What about holidays, for example? You must know what you're doing for your next holiday. I mean, you need to decide where you're going, how you're going to travel, book the dates, get the tickets. There's so much to organise. Surely you have to plan for holidays. You can't just put that off until later.
Not really. I don't mind where I go.
No, I don't believe you're just saying that.
No.
I think you do make plans. You just don't like to admit it.
No, really. I much prefer to wait and see what happens. I might get invited somewhere.
Okay, so maybe for holidays. But what about tonight? Have you made any plans for tonight?
Yes, of course. I can tell you exactly what I'm doing tonight. This evening, a friend of mine's coming over. We're eating at my house. I'm going to try out a new pasta recipe. And then we're going to the cinema to see that new Argentinian film.
Javier?
I don't really know. I'll see how I feel. I might go out, or I might just stay at home and relax. I told you, I really don't like to plan.
How about at work? Are you more organised at work? Do you multitask? I mean, how do you make sure you get everything done?
Actually, I think I am a procrastinator. I do get jobs done, but I never get started straight away. I tend to waste time and get distracted and leave the job for ages. And then just before the deadline, I work really hard, sometimes all night. And then I don't stop until the job is done. It's quite stressful, but everything gets done in the end.
You don't use your time very wisely then. Oh, no, I'd hate that. I don't think I could work with you.
Yes, the conversation is over. Which one is not mentioned? in the conversation. Are you ready? Here is the answer. Making plans, holidays, work, and arrangements for tonight are already mentioned, but writing lists not mentioned. Well done. Now, we are going to do another exercise about the same listening. Before we start listening, I'll give you 1 minute to fill in the missing information. Then we will listen again and check what is missing in the sentences. Okay? Can you complete these sentences from the listening before we do the second listening? Here we go.
Unit 3. Future. Recording 1.
Okay, so what do you think, Kenna? Are you a planner or a procrastinator?
Me? Oh, a planner. Definitely.
Yes, I think so. You generally like to do things ahead of time.
Absolutely, yeah. I like to be organised and know when everything is happening. I have to be like that, actually. It's the only way to get everything done.
Really? I hate planning. I like to leave things until the last minute. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You might need to change your plans. So why bother making plans in the first place? No, I like not knowing what I'm going to be doing.
But that's impossible. What about holidays, for example? You must know what you're doing for your next holiday. I mean, you need to decide where you're going, how you're going to travel, book the dates, get the tickets. There's so much to organise. Surely you have to plan for holidays. You can't just put that off until later.
Not really. I don't mind where I go.
No, I don't believe you're just saying that.
No.
I think you do make plans. You just don't like to admit it.
No, really. I much prefer to wait and see what happens. I might get invited somewhere.
Okay, so maybe for holidays, but what about tonight? Have you made any plans for tonight?
Yes, of course. I can tell you exactly what I'm doing tonight. This evening, a friend of mine's coming over. We're eating at my house. I'm going to try out a new pasta recipe. And then we're going to the cinema to see that new Argentinian film.
Javier?
I don't really know. I'll see how I feel. I might go out, or I might just stay at home and relax. I told you, I really don't like to plan.
How about at work? Are you more organised at work? Do you multitask? I mean, how do you make sure you get everything done?
Actually, I think I am a procrastinator. I do get jobs done, but I never get started straight away. I tend to waste time and get distracted and leave the job for ages. And then just before the deadline, I work really hard, sometimes all night. And then I don't stop until the job is done. It's quite stressful, but everything gets done in the end.
You don't use your time very wisely then. Oh, no, I'd hate that. I don't think I could work with you.
Yes, the conversation finished. I hope you could find all the missing information. Let's check the answers. Alright, for the first one, you generally like to do things ahead of time. Second sentence, it's the only way to get everything done. Number 3, you might need to change your plans, so why bother making plans in the first place? Well, exercise 4, I much prefer to wait and see what happens. This evening, a friend of mine is coming over. Number 5, I'm going to try out a new pasta recipe. Number 6. Number 7, I'll see how I feel. I might go out, or I might just stay at home and relax. Number 8. I do get jobs done, but I never get started straight away. This is the end of the first listening. Now there is a discussion question. We need to discuss about the issue three people were talking about. Who would you prefer to work with? Lori, Kenna, or Xiaoyan? Why? Think about it, please. I also have some personal choices about these people. I'll give you in a few seconds. Who would you prefer to work with? Lori, Kenna, or Jerry? Here are some alternative answers. For Kenna, I'd like to prefer to work with Kenna because she uses her time efficiently. Efficiently means in an effective way, as suggested in the first picture. I'd like to prefer to work with Lori because she's a well-organized person. You see in the second picture, there's a garage which is very well organized. I would like to prefer not to work with Xiaoyan because he's a last-minute person. Last-minute person means procrastinator. The person who works efficiently and very well organized is planner. Thank you very much for listening.